What's up, gamers? Nostalgic Real back with another finds video. I just got done garage sailing here, and I hit it. I hit it pretty big. So I thought I'd just share. I got over 100 games here. But yeah, it's a very exciting day today. But I'll start off with just some things I found before I get to my big finds of the day. So anyway, again, garage sale season's going around. Goodwill's a little slow, but had a little bit of luck the other day. Stopped in at a Goodwill, and I found here in the box a Sega Genesis, the Sega 2. The box is a little beat up, but everything inside is mint. The system's mint. There's 2 controllers in there. It's got everything. And then what was cool too is part of the deal was, granted I already have both these games, but still the condition they're in and having the manuals and everything. But Subterranea and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which as you can see on this, it is a Sonic 2 system. So that was a really good find. And then it was a discount day, which I didn't know that it would be discounted on a Thursday, but I only got it for $13, along with also part of that pricing, they had Super Mario 2, which surprisingly enough, I have not had this game yet. I have all the other Mario games. This is one I did not have, and it's pretty mint. It looks like it was barely even played. They had a couple other Mario games and a NES system. Had I known I was going to get such a deal on the Sega, I probably would have purchased those as well. But oh well, I already have all those games, so no big deal there. But a cool find nonetheless. And then I was out garage sailing. This was from a previous week. Hit up one, and I found a Nintendo 64, the 007 Racing, which is a fun PlayStation game, Ratchet and Clank, and then the SOCOM US Navy SEALs, and then this also came with the headset. So, I mean, not that you could really even use it anymore, but still just a nice little touch there. I got all this for $15, and what made that really a steal, and this is something I've talked about in previous shows, but the Nintendo 64 with the expansion pack there, so that alone is like a $30 thing. So to grab that, it was pretty sweet, and now I can flip that for something else. Actually, I'll keep the expansion pack for myself, so my backup system has one, but I can now sell the other system that I have without one that just has the jumper pack. So got that for $15 there. And then today here I was out garage sailing, and I wasn't having too much luck. I'm finding a lot of people that post. One little tip out there is for garage sailing, go to Craigslist and see what people are, if they're listing anything. Go to garage sales, type in video games, type in Nintendo, and just see kind of what's out there, see what people are posting. So I came across different people posting about, hey, we got video games and stuff like that, and I'd go to there, and they didn't really have a whole lot. But one place that for $1 a piece I picked up, Folklore for the PlayStation 3, which apparently is kind of a rare game. And actually, I'm going to flip it because I don't have a PlayStation 3 and I don't see myself collecting it anytime soon. So I'll probably flip that for a little bit of cash. And then Driver, San Francisco. And then Resident Evil 4, probably my favorite Resident Evil game of the franchise. Except I like the Wii version. But I haven't played the GameCube version, but I'm sure it's the same kind of experience. But these 3 games for $1 a piece at one sale, and they weren't quite ready even when I showed up, which just goes to show that if you do that whole early bird gets the worm thing, that can be the case in a lot of situations. But not everyone likes having people there early, so it just happened that they were still setting up, and I just asked, hey, can I just take a look? That's why I'm interested, and they were good with that. So then the other place I went to, I was a little skeptical, I'll admit. I wasn't sure what to think. They posted on there a game collector's purging his collection. So there's going to be a ton of stuff. So I showed up, and sure enough, they had a ton of games there. And he had a box of PlayStation 2 games. He had a box of PlayStation games. Several, like a bunch of NES titles, Super Nintendo. He had a bunch of stuff. And so there's a lot of games I didn't want or didn't need. So I was just curious, though, on the PlayStation games, because I saw there's a ton of titles in there that I didn't have. None of them were super valuable. But I just decided to ask him, hey, how much for the whole box? So for 97 games in the box there, I believe it was 97 anyway. I didn't do a final count, but we settled on a price, and for about 75 cents a game, I got them. So I'm gonna try rolling through those here. I should say it's PlayStation and there's Sega Dreamcast in there. So my Dreamcast collection is just shooting up more and more. And I mean, and I'm not even trying to collect for the Dreamcast. I just happen to be getting them. And same with the PlayStation. Now I really got a good start into PlayStation, and it's not even one that I'm even trying to collect. I mainly try collecting cart type games. But like I was talking with another friend of mine who's a collector. You know, a deal is a deal. And I'm not going to pass up on this. So a lot of these are kind of sports titles, but at the same time, too, there is a lot of other titles in here. So we'll go off starting with Goalstorm 97, NBA In the Zone 98, NCAA Game Breaker 2001, NBA Live 98, NCAA Game Breaker 2000, Madden 2000. We got Siphon Filter, Siphon Filter 2, Siphon Filter 3, Road Rash, Contra Legacy of War, which I was hoping this one was worth a little bit more, but I guess not, but that's okay. Contra games are usually fun. Sheep, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, The Italian Job, Wild 9, which also says torture your enemies, so looks like it could be a fun game there. Warriors of Might and Magic. And the one thing too that, like, looking at all these games too, like, I'll just open up this one. You probably won't be able to see it. And of course this one isn't the best example, but most of these games are in pretty pristine condition. And this was just this collector's overkill and just games he knew he wasn't really going to be playing. And I guess he kind of purges from time to time. So VMX Racing. So it worked out great for me. Vigilante 8. Tomb Raider 3. Tomb Raider 2. Twisted Metal 2. Air Combat. It keeps going here. Like I said, there's about 90 to 100 games. So, NASCAR 2001. Sammy Sosa Softball. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. Action Bass. Pro Skater 3. Ace Combat 2. Beyblade. Apocalypse starring Bruce Willis. Game Day 98. Triple Play 98. Barbie Explorer. I'm sure this is a game I'm going to have lots of fun with. Dragon Tales Dragon Seek. Dora the Explorer Barnyard Buddies. Delta Force Urban Warfare. A Bug's Life. Ford Racing. Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. Rallycross. 10 Pin Alley. Tenchu. And Tenchu 2. Wheel of Fortune. Jedi Power Battles. Just kind of a fun game. Also a little broken towards the end there, if I recall correctly, but good idea anyway until it last. You have Rayman. The original Medal of Honor. Frogger. Cool Borders 2. And still going with PlayStation here. We have Fighting Force. Kikito, I think is how you say it. The Incredible Hulk, The Phantom Saga. Dukes of Hazzard, Daisy Dukes It Out. Quite the tongue twister, but it looks like it's a racing game. Driver 2. Driver. Colony Wars 3, Red Sun. Bust-a-Move 2. Machine Hunter. Pong. Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. Spin Jam. Star Wars Dark Forces. Sim Theme Park. Midway presents Arcade's Greatest Hits. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. SimCity 2000. 1. And Medal of Honor Underground. So that is all the PlayStation games that was in his box there. Now here's all the Dreamcast games. So again, Dreamcast, I'm not really actively trying to get it, but at the same time now, it seems like a lot of people are purging Dreamcast around this time. So, which, hey, good for me, I guess. So we got Rippin' Riders, ESPN Track and Field, NFL 2K1, NFL 2K2, NFL Blitz 2000, which is a fun game. I'm glad I got that one. Had it for the PlayStation, so that's cool. NFL 2K, NHL 2K, NBA 2K1, World Series Baseball 2K2, Sonic Adventure, Sega Rally, Sega Marine Fishing, which I believe, yeah, this one you could use the fishing controller, but I don't have that controller yet, so I need to look for that. Bass Fishing, Sega Bass Fishing. Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future. Conflict Zone. Crazy Taxi. And I know this one's kind of collectible. Donald Duck Going Quackers. So that's probably the most expensive game. I think that's about a $20 game out of this whole lot. Jeremy McGrath, Supercross 2000. Fighting Force 2. Expendable. Ready to Rumble Boxing. MDK2, which I don't know anything about, but it looks like it's a third-person shooter, being able to use 3 different guys, so looks like it'd be kind of a fun game. Ultimate Fighting Championship. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Tokyo Extreme Racer. Tee Off. And Special Ops 2 Omega Squad. So that was just in one box, and then also I should say he had a couple of just manuals in there too. So the Star Lancer, Tetris Plus, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command, and Die Hard Trilogy 2, which he did have those games. He also had a stack of games, 2 stacks actually, of just loose games. I thought about picking them up, but decided that no, if I've done the loose game thing before, and then I end up just buying the game in the case. So I decided not to waste my time. Even though it looked like there was a few games that maybe I could have flipped or something, but it just, at the end of the day, people want full games, or full case games and stuff, and that's what I want too. So anyway, so I got all those games, like I said, about 75 cents a pop is what it broke down to, and then for an additional $11, he had a couple games pull off to the side, which really, they were deals on. So for the Dreamcast Gauntlet Legends, so $5 for this one, really it's about a $20 game. So good deal there. And then Medieval, which is one that I've been wanting to play for a long, long time. Ever since I had a PlayStation, this was a game that I was always kind of drawn to, wanting to play it, but never got my hands on it. So $5, and this one's worth about $25. So good deals there. And then this game I got picked up for $1, Capcom versus SNK2 EO, which is about a $10-15 game, I think. I mean, I honestly I couldn't even find the EO version, but I'm assuming that it's all the same. So anyway, all good games here. Like I said, this guy, he was a collector. He was purging. He kept pretty good care of everything. And even told me that, he's like, I'm probably just going to end up buying all this stuff again and then purging it again later. But, I mean, that's the one thing that's kind of nice is most people that I've run across who are collectors that are having garage sales, they want the full price for the games, which is fine. I don't mind if there's a rare game paying good money for it, but when you have just a ton of games and you're just looking to get rid of them, it's always nice that they're not being sticklers and they know that, hey, if this is going to another collector, then it's worth it. So I was really happy he was willing to negotiate. I mean, I had a ballpark figure and he hit it right away. So I guess I shouldn't even say there's really any negotiating. It was more just a hey, how much for the box, and he hit the number on the head that I was looking at. So a good deal. Again, nothing in there too amazing outside of the last couple of games I showed you, but I mean, 97 games. I mean, basically now the PlayStation is one of my systems now that I have the most games for, which isn't my intention. Like I mentioned, I'm a cart collector mainly, and I get this other stuff just when I see deals on them. So, but yeah, now it has me kind of wanting more PlayStation games, and ones that are more than just sports. But I'm happy with everything I have here. There's some games that are repeats, but I can easily flip them. So that's what I found so far out garage selling. It's still very early in the year. Things are warming up more. So more and more people are digging into their closets, finding this stuff. So yeah, very, very exciting. Lots of fun time driving around finding these garage sales. But yeah, curious what you guys see. Please like and subscribe and tell me what games you're finding out there in these garage sales. If you happen to find any of those Earthbound type games that, like, holy crap, you found it and it's for dirt cheap. I want to hear those stories because I haven't had something like that happen to me. Like, the best I've done is like $30-40 games. So I want to see, I want to hear you guys and see what you're finding out there. And I hope that one day I come across that too.